to Andy and Dave Daily right here on the Muskegon channel. I'm Andy O'Reilly. There's Dave Cackley. Welcome to Wednesday.
There you go.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I got 10 to 14 days off
Yes.
post-op here, so I'm slugging it out. That's
Mhm.
that's what you call a Herculean effort to get back to work.
Yes.
The doctor looks at me and he goes, "Oh, 10 to 14 days off," and I kind of went, "Yeah, that's not going to happen." So as I'm in the process of healing, did you get a new coat?
No, it's the same coat.
You sure?
Yeah, positive. I would know if I purchased another
I didn't say you
sport coat.
purchased it.
Oh, yeah, you just assumed I took it from somebody
No, I
or
didn't
no.
assume that either. I'm thinking you were a garage sale or something, and they're like, "Oh, here,
Yeah,
we'd love to see
no.
our old coat on TV." So,
Not that I would be above that
not at all.
at all.
But no, it just looks a little different blue today. Anyway,
No.
um, so as things have settled down and pain has subsided, I only took the hard stuff through the weekend, and then they
Mhm.
had me on a steroid. Um,
Okay, this is starting to now things are starting to
and I
make
I don't
sense.
understand it, and it's
Mhm.
hydrocortisone,
Yeah.
which I've used
It
hydrocortisone cream before. I've used hydrocortisone, whatever. It's okay. So I'm taking these pills. I take two in the morning, one at 3 o'clock in the
Mhm.
afternoon, and for the life of me, I cannot figure out why in my head I feel like going on a murderous rampage.
It's yes, one steroid. It was that plays. I remember my dad being on those when he was dealing with cancer,
Yeah,
um, and it was weird for me because my dad was always like a stoic,
yeah.
nothing bothers him guy, and to watch his emotions
Oh my god.
go up and down, it was unnerving
And
because you're just not used to
dude,
seeing
and
that. But
living it,
so that's
having it inside of you,
hmm
and going through the feelings of I hate myself, I hate this life,
hmm
I hate,
yes.
I hate, I hate, I hate.
hmm
Um, that is remarkably hard to channel.
hmm
And so I'm here trying to piece it all together, and I'm talking to my mom yesterday, and I mentioned that it was just really, really, really bad.
hmm
And she goes, she was gone for maybe half an hour as I was
hmm
chatting with her on the messenger. She comes back. She goes, this hydrocortisone. There's a thing called roid rage, and it's real.
Yes. Mhm.
And it dawned on me, and it's so I sent that doctor over at Mayo Clinic. I said, you know what? I don't care what this is for. I'm not taking it anymore. If you have me on hydrocortisone so I don't explode tomorrow, I'll explode tomorrow gladly.
Yeah.
I ain't doing this. So done with those. Uh,
Did he respond at all? Like, "Hey, that's
well,
fine," a
excuse
lot of
me,
people
sir.
respond.
Let's not be so presumptuous. It's a she. It's a she doctor. So let's
Okay.
yeah, don't.
I'm sorry, I thought they could only be nurses. I was under
No,
Okay,
she didn't
sorry.
respond
I'm
yet.
sorry. You know what?
And in all
You know
honesty,
what?
I don't care
Go
what she
ahead.
responds with.
Yeah.
I'm just not taking them. Doesn't matter.
Mhm.
Whatever cortisol is in me or whatever they're trying to balance out, it'll figure itself out. I cannot keep taking that. Nope.
Did she, at least respond with some nice, recipes for
Well,
cake
I
and
haven't heard
pie?
back. Good one. That's gonna be a hit with the ladies. Um,
Well, no, it's like I it obviously, it was gonna say something like, yeah, obviously women can be
I
doctors
know,
too,
and
but
I'm
are
kidding.
there more male doctors than women doctors? Yeah, there are,
There
so I
are.
just assumed. Okay,
It's a
not
fun
a
little
big deal.
joke. I get it.
Yes.
But well, yeah, they're an hour behind us over there, and
Mhm.
they ask for 48 hours for a response for a non-urgent question. So
Right.
I haven't heard back, but as I looked through things yesterday, they generally only give that to people who have both of their glands out.
Okay.
So I can't imagine she's going to have a problem with me stopping it.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was probably just as a prevent, especially, I mean,
probably
it's
one of those
weird
things. Better
though.
safe than sorry. Let's try
Yeah.
this, and it doesn't
Yeah.
work. So whatever. But dude, it's bad. I
Mhm.
wanted to wait to talk about it here when on the air because if other people go through that and they don't
Mhm.
understand what's happening to them because they're taking a
Right.
medicine, uh,
Mhm.
they need to know. Um,
Yeah.
the idea of throwing myself off a bridge,
Hmm.
that came more than once while I was
Well,
taking this steroid thing.
because it's supposed to the thing steroids do is one of the reasons athletes take them. It's not for the necessarily the muscle building component. It's the recovery from injury. Now you were recovering from surgery,
Right.
so this was probably expected to expedite the healing process. And there are obvious side effects that come with any medication, and this is just it's not going to you're not going to blow up not taking a steroid.
Even
But
if the steroids were there to prevent aliens from coming down and taking me up to do butt stuff, I'm taking the
you'll
butt
take the
stuff
butt
with
stuff.
aliens.
Yeah, I'm taking the butt stuff. I'll take the butt stuff over steroids. If you learn nothing else
Take the butt
from this
stuff. That's
podcast
right.
today, Andy will take the butt stuff over the steroids. Okay.
I mean, you
In a
come back from the butt stuff.
hypothetical alien situation.
You come back from the butt stuff, you end up on TV, and sure,
Right,
you
yeah.
kind of become the town kook a little bit, but that's all right.
Mhm.
I'm already that, so who gives
Hey,
whatever.
Every town needs a Randy Quaid. So,
That's right.
oh, good Lord.
Are we gonna do news
All
today?
right.
Are we gonna entertain the
Yeah.
masses? What are we gonna do?
Let's get into it. No winners in Tuesday's Mega Millions drawing. That's right. The jackpot now hitting 90. No, not 90. Ding me. I misread my own writing. 910 million.
Wow.
$910 million. Next drawing is Friday. Cash payout an estimated $464.2 million. So good luck to everybody who's going to throw their money away on lottery tickets.
Did Powerball hit yet?
I don't even. Yeah, that hit somebody's a billionaire somewhere.
Wow.
Yeah, the Powerball hit. The Mega Millions. I don't even know why. Like you got the Mega Million. I can't keep up with that stuff. I just can't.
I know this. To me, that kind of money, if you don't throw $10 at it,
why wouldn't you throw $10 at 50 million or 100 million? It's generating. There's an argument to be made. There's an argument to be made that this would cause you more problems.
I get it. I do.
Yeah.
More problems like you.
Well, no. Look, hey, I'm
Hey,
the
Andy,
one that
it's your
keeps
buddy Dave. Guess what? I need a place to hang out this weekend. Are you going to be? Which house are you going to be using?
Hey, look,
can I use one of them? No.
You know what I've thought about, speaking of this, and it's been more than just a casual thought in my head as far as future career.
I'm not marrying you.
Changes made. No. I'm thinking, and I would be really, really good at this. And it would take next to no effort, and I'm very trustworthy.
Yeah.
Like I don't look in people's cabinets and stuff. I just, because I'm not overly curious. Professional house sitter.
Oh, that'd be great.
Professional house sitter. Like, hey, you're gonna be gone for like just 12. Like people who are gone at different months, and then I just live in other people's very, very nice homes.
Nice.
Hopefully you got lakefront property. I prefer lakefront property. To watch. You got a low maintenance pet that needs care. That needs caring.
I'm going to tell you what. Sometimes you get that lakefront property, and there's a little more work involved than you'd think. Say yesterday, since I'm kind of pinned down here at the house, I had to throw firecrackers out in the yard twice at geese.
Oh, there. Well, hey, I could do that too. I'm here to please.
Around lighters and fireworks and stuff.
No, I don't like fireworks because I think they're dumb. I think aside from a nuclear explosion, I've seen every firework at this point. I'm not impressed. But yeah, chucking firecrackers at geese, I would have no issue with that.
All right, just make sure.
Or any other varmint that may be bothering your property or whatever. Again, I'm here to please the customer.
Okay.
What do you need? What do you need your house sitter to do for you? I can do that. I can provide that service. Pretty much anything. And again, very trustworthy, and I'm not going through your cabinets. So, just throwing that out there.
I love the idea.
For the masses. People,
next time we take off, I may consider to hire you.
Well, it's been done.
Whatever I need, right?
Yeah, seriously. I was thinking about this after Alexa and her family were on vacation, and I was and I watched their house, looked after their water heater in the basement that had like a leak. So keeping an eye on things. I'm
Whatever
good
I
at that.
need.
I'm good at this. Keeping an eye out.
Whatever I need. Whatever.
What do you need?
That's an all-encompassing word.
See, it's broad. Yeah.
Hmm.
Now, okay. The caveat.
Oh no! There was no caveat. This is just whatever I need.
This is the unspoken understanding of this verbal contract, within reason.
Well, I would consider maybe painting one floor of the house within reason. And if we're gone for 3 days, you got some work cut out for you.
No. Painting no.
Yeah. Well,
no. That you need a professional. See, I'm the house sitter. I'm not the house painter.
Well, you said you do whatever. We
have a separation of duties and powers. Yeah, that's the job of your house painter, not your house sitter. No. Your house sitter sits on your couch and watches.
I'm sorry,
TV.
Sir. You've already reneged on your deal.
Occasionally,
you said whatever I need done. I bring up painting, and already you're running out like a ninny.
No, not at all. But I'm not painting your house. No.
Ninny.
Not happy. Well, you know what? We could negotiate that depending on how much you're willing to pay. Yeah.
You get room and board for your services.
That's not enough. Sorry.
Okay. Well,
ain't no free rides on the Dave house sitting train.
Sorry. Ain't no free houses for Dave just coming by to mooch Lunchables and
this ain't front. No, that's not. No, I'm looking after. I'm like security. It's like you got valuables. You want somebody there that's present. That doesn't like going. See, this is the key. I don't like going places. You're not going to have to worry. Are you going to be around enough? Oh, I'm going to be around. I don't go anywhere. I don't have any interest in traveling more than 5 minutes away.
All right, I'll tell you what.
So there you go.
We'll hire you to come in house sit. But the caveat is, you're going to get a password to watch all the other TV channels after you watch Avatar: Way of the Water.
Hey, thank you for bringing that up. Next story. The Hollywood Writers and Actors strike is delaying some blockbuster movie productions. Marvel, Disney, Warner's, DC, and other studios have had to suspend projects due to the work stoppage. The delays have also moved back James Cameron's latest overrated Flying Blue Scotty Pippen Avatar film, Avatar 3, will move to a 2025 release. Oh no. We're not going to be able to watch that colossal overrated piece of shit for another 2 years. Damn. What are movie theater goers going to do to watch these one-dimensional blue characters that are just insanely ridiculous? And I have a great imagination.
Yeah, you know you do.
But when it comes to movies, I don't even need a lot of theatrics. I don't need a lot of bells and whistles. I need a good story, or well-developed characters, or really good dialogue. You got all those three, great.
So I've got 2 movies.
Avatar has none of.
Okay.
The first Avatar movie had none of that. It had the great production, one-dimensional characters, dumb story, uninteresting dialogue.
Sigourney Weaver, Ha Cha Cha. We love that.
Okay.
And
I got a great. Okay, continue.
Anyway. Enough about Avatar. I'm sick of you pissing and moaning about Avatar. But I tell you this, Asteroid City, I want to see, because that looks really good. You've seen that out at the movies?
I've seen. No,
I know you haven't seen it.
I'm not a big action movie guy.
I don't think Asteroid City is an action movie, is it?
How could it not be? Asteroid City. I'm assuming it involves asteroids.
I think it's
okay.
I think it's kind of like from the previews, it kind of looks like almost a Tim Burton vibe thing. Really cool.
Yeah, you know what?
But then I also want to see the Oppenheimer, because
yes,
I know
that I do want to see.
I know a lady whose father was in that project.
Interesting.
Yeah, she's really an amazing person, and she's followed in her father's footsteps in more ways than one.
The
very
Oppenheimer,
very worldly.
Yes.
Yeah. So
the Oppenheimer movie really interests me. I like the Barbie thing. I'll see that when it comes out on streaming. I'm sure it's fine. I don't really care one way or the other. But Oppenheimer, because of the dichotomy, is this guy a hero? Was this a good thing or a bad thing? I remember there was this idea because there was the race between like the USA, Germany, Russia, to who's going to get the bomb first. And but the one of the questions that was raised is I don't know if we can handle having it, but we knew the Germans couldn't. We knew we couldn't. We knew we couldn't lose that race to Germany because that would be it.
Yep.
So that's it's really I love the idea of the movie. I'm sure it's good. I don't even know what the reviews. I think the reviews were good too, but I'm really.
I read that Oppenheimer's 3 hours of you in your seat just drilled to the screen.
That's cool. See, and I don't mind long. I don't have an issue with any entertainment that if someone says it's too long, okay, then it wasn't good. If it's good, I don't care if it's 90 minutes or 180 minutes.
Yeah,
that's fine as long as you keep me either informed or entertained or both. That's great. But going back to Sigourney Weaver, I showed Max. I had DVR'd Aliens. And we started watching Aliens, and you know the scene where Sigourney Weaver is coming out of the thing. It's early on in the movie. She's with the Marines, and they're all coming out, and like they're kind of half dressed, and she's walking over to her locker, and Max looks at me and goes, "She looks like a man." And she's kind of manly. I said, "Yeah." I said, It's interesting because the characters, it's a great character. It's one of the all-time, but it's not like Linda Hamilton, Terminator, where you had, she was hitting all, she was knocking everything out of the park from a visual to the physical stuff she was doing, and very pleasant to look at. Yeah. Sigourney Weaver's a great actress too, and she can look good like she did in that the Galaxy Quest. She looked great in Galaxy Quest. Yeah. But yeah, it was just one of those, yeah, okay. All right. It's still like there's a no, nobody does that.
Yeah, they do.
Nobody does.
Well,
that.
I just
sorry.
So there.
All right. Finally, a former Michigan State Spartan is heading to the NFL, hoping to land a spot on America's team. Josh Butler, who is a defensive back at MSU, is signed with the Dallas Cowboys. The 26-year-old spent this past spring playing in the USFL for the Michigan Panthers. Best of luck to Josh, and hopefully makes the Cowboys. That would be cool. Anyway, other sports. Tigers lose to the LA Angels of Anaheim 7-6. Cubs win. They knock off the Chi Sox 7-6. And before we get into Jeopardy, there's a podcast I want you to check out.
No.
And featuring two characters that you loved.
Ooh.
The actors, and a guy. One of these people I've done a complete 180 on because I thought he was a douchebag because he was back in his younger days. Robert Eiler and Jamie Lynn Sigler have a podcast. And what the hell? I had it written down here somewhere. It's called Not Today, Pal. And Robert Eiler has been sober now for 10 years. He's a really interesting, funny guy. Like, he stopped acting after The Sopranos. He basically said, because he was on drugs and drinking from the time he was 12 years old until he was 26.
Yeah.
I mean, and he was talking about, like, I had actually seen him on a previous podcast called First Date with Lauren Compton, which was really, really funny and interesting. And I was like, God, he's cool. Like, I love doing a 180 on people who I thought were, maybe pieces of shit, but there was a reason he was a piece of shit. He had, he had serious, addiction issues, and that's going to turn anybody into that. But then he also had some family stuff. It's just, he's an interesting guy and somebody I think you can relate to. I've only seen part of the first episode of that podcast, but it's fun. She's talking about her family life. He's talking about, what he's got going on. It's cool. I think it's something you would enjoy. It's just it's like a 35-minute podcast. So it's not like 3 hours.
I will put it on my
anything.
list of things to watch.
I think you'd enjoy it.
All right. Thank you very much. Jeopardy, are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Business ventures for 1,000. little pressure here today. It's $1,000. Pay close attention. I'm only going to read this once.
Always.
In 1996, 1 year after its founding, AuctionWeb moved more than $7 million in merchandise, and in 1997, got this new name.
1997 was it Google?
Google. Is that your answer?
That's my answer.
The answer is eBay.
eBay. Oh,
AuctionWeb.
geez.
Yes, $45,000
Damn it.
in the negatory. Man.
You know, part of the problem is I was using Yahoo for so long.
Yeah.
And I didn't, so I answered that too. Even after I was only 50-50 on it. I should have thought eBay.
Remember back in the day when you could go through Yahoo Personals and it was like watching people stroll by in the mall. Look at this train wreck. Look at this mess.
Oh God, Yahoo Personals was awesome. It's just the young people today doesn't know what they missed out on in the mid-90s.
If only you could have grabbed yourself a wife back then, Dave. It would have been great.
No, thank you.
All right.
I'm glad I dodged every one of those bullets.
See you back here tomorrow.
See ya.
Happy Wednesday, Muskegon. Today is going to be a day you want to stay weather aware, so let's take a look at your forecast brought to you by Trinity Health. Starting off with your Wednesday weather headlines, we will have strong to severe storms possibly during the afternoon today, especially from noon to 8, with muggy conditions and warm conditions holding on through Friday until cooler and more refreshing air finally moves back into the area by Sunday. Your severe risk analysis for Wednesday shows Muskegon as of Tuesday evening is in a slight risk of severe weather for Wednesday, which is a level 2 out of 5, and that will primarily be due to damaging winds and also some flooding possibly as well. Tornado threat will likely stay just to our southeast, closer toward Detroit, in that level 3 out of 5 risk. And taking a closer look at that severe weather outlook from the Storm Prediction Center, like I said, Muskegon is in the yellow area, which is a slight risk, a level 2 out of 5, but I would not be shocked if by Wednesday the Storm Prediction Center expands the orange area to include Muskegon County, so definitely keep your eyes on the sky throughout Wednesday afternoon. So your future radar does show storms will be developing across the area early Wednesday afternoon, so anytime after noon, I think that is the best chance of seeing severe weather, and that will likely continue into the evening hours as well, but you can see damaging winds are possible along with some large hail, but the greatest threat, like I said, will be damaging winds and some minor flooding across the region. And then by 8 p.m., all of those storms will be moving off to the east, bringing possibly a tornado threat to southeast lower Michigan, but here in Muskegon County, it will likely start to dry out right around sunset. Temperature-wise today will warm up into the lower 80s at least, I think, before the storms move into West Michigan. So some areas could get as warm as the mid-80s, but I think in general will be a little bit cooler than we originally thought for Wednesday due to these widespread storms. And Lake Michigan probably wouldn't be the best idea to go to because of the storms moving into the area during the afternoon, but maybe during the evening hours, if the storms have passed, you could go. With waves, though, at 2 to 4 feet, so keep that in mind. So for your Wednesday, expect a high of 83 with thunderstorms during the afternoon hours, and some of those could be strong to severe. So just be weather aware today, especially from noon to 8 p.m. Otherwise, we will be muggy with dew points well into the 60s, if not the lower 70s, so a very humid day is expected. And then going into Wednesday night, we'll have a chance of storms during the early evening hours, but will turn partly cloudy overnight with a low of 65. And we'll stay muggy right into Friday until a cold front moves through, bringing a chance of storms for Friday afternoon and Friday evening and overnight until we dry out once again Saturday morning with a little less humid weather as well, and that will continue going into Sunday with pleasant weather conditions developing early next week. And that's your Wednesday forecast brought to you by Trinity Health on the Muskegon channel, and I'm Colton Woods, weather and stay weather aware today.